Luke, we've just lost 2-1 to Aldershot. What are your reactions straight after the game?
Want to apologise to the fans. I've got to be honest with you. For what I've just witnessed for 90 minutes again, we don't deserve them travelling 2 hours to come and watch that. And I want to apologise. I did walk over and with my hands in the air to suggest that was the case. I wasn't not clapping them. It was very much that, they don't deserve what we're serving up at the minute. And that first half and second half performance was abysmal. In terms of the goals we conceded today, shambolic. Listen, I take full responsibility. No one, this isn't the 11 that went out there, the 3 subs that went on. I take full responsibility of what's going on now. You asked me yesterday about my future. I got to question my future. I've not won a game in 9. If the chairman was one that likes to fire people, which he's not, and we've got a great relationship, but to not win in 9 games is very bad, especially where we've come from. And I was trying to be as positive as possible, going, we've had a real good season. We're not having a real good season. We put ourselves in a very good position, and at the minute we're failing on all fronts, and that starts at me and ends at me. That's not the players. The biggest positive today, there's decisions being made on players on that pitch, and at the minute they're not going in their favour. And that's a positive for me, because I need to ensure that moving forward we're better than what we have been in the last 9. And then people know I'm talking about. I'm not talking out of turn. They've been spoken to leading up to this game, the games before. There's deals to be earned, and at the minute no one's earning their deal.
And from your perspective, what was actually wrong today?
I'll go back to it. The gaps were massive. We didn't play like we did at Dagenham. We didn't pin. We didn't lock them. We didn't play in behind them. No disrespect, we're not a team. If you asked any manager in the National League what we're about as a team, we don't open the pitch up. We don't play through the thirds. We don't go and be expansive and roll the ball out from us through our centre halves. We're well drilled. We're organised. We lock the pitch. We shut the gaps. We haven't done that. We haven't done that in recent weeks. We've played 9 games, lost 7, drawn 2. We've come away from the basics. The second goal epitomises. The first was embarrassing. The first goal was embarrassing. The second goal epitomises where we're at today. Our back unit was far too deep. Our midfield unit was then 15 yards off it. They win a free header. Their striker then pins. We get 2 bodies around the ball, then don't deal with that and try and hook it down the line. They then counter quick. We don't recover quick. They then go and get the goal they thoroughly deserve. So, it's not rocket science. Football isn't a science. There was an endeavour from them today. Look at when they took the lead in 2-1, the blocks in the box, the headers they're winning, the togetherness they're showing. They know they're in the proverbial, and they needed to get out of that, and that performance warranted them 3 points today. Yes, we hit the post. Yes, we have a couple flash across the face of the goal. You can't concede them goals like we have done. And it sounds really horrible. Name me a good goal that we've conceded in our last 9. I can reel them off now. And no disrespect, I said to the group at half time, we don't go to any other club, or any other club comes to us, and we get one long punt down the middle of the pitch and he's in on goal. So I've spoken to the group. I've got to be honest with you, I was going to bring them in tomorrow, but is this going to bring resentment? And no disrespect, I'm not going to ruin my family day. So they'll be watching the game back on Monday. We'll all be watching it back, because no disrespect to the group, the staff, the subs had to watch that for 90 minutes. We're going to watch it again for 90 minutes on Monday.
And you've stormed out at half time. You've come out well early and left them in there to think about that first half. Do you think that was the right decision, looking back on it now?
So, great question. So I went in there at the end of the game, and I said to him, I look at it and I said, could I have been a little bit more productive at half time? Could I have said where we needed to improve? What do we need to do? Then I said, well, we have this match script which puts out 4 points, 2 for them and 2 for us. And I said, no disrespect, we speak about this on a Thursday and Friday, and not one of you have delivered on any of it. They counter really well. We spoke about it. They had a platform in the Jolly, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, and they ran off the back of us and we didn't recover quick. So, no disrespect, I work on that on Thursday and Friday, yet at half time I'm expected to go and rally the group. I just told them a few home truths. And I said, for what reason are you going to listen to me at half time if you're not listening to me in the pre-match prior on a Thursday, Friday? So, for me, Way off it, Mike. Way off it. And it's not the players. It's me. I take the full responsibility. It stops at me. The buck stops at me. Do I have a bit more fight than them? I think I do. There's people not talking on the pitch. They go in there and afterwards, I've got to be honest, I've been in dressing rooms where people are holding people up and putting people to account. And at the minute, we're not doing that. We're in a rot at the minute where we need to come out of it. But for me, it takes a lot more than just turning up on a Saturday hoping to go and win a game of football. No disrespect to Aldershot, I stated they hadn't scored a goal in 9 hours. They've gone and scored 2 in a 90-minute period against us. And that's not disrespectful to Aldershot in any way, shape or form. You listen to my pre-match, I think they're a great club, I think he's a great manager, and they thoroughly deserved it with their endeavour today. There was a hunger to go and get 3 points, and that's what won them the game.
And Jolie hasn't played up front for 2 months. Normally they play 5 at the back, they've played a 4 today. A lot of teams we've seen are changing to a 4 and getting 2 players on our wing backs pinning us back. Do you think teams are figuring us out?
Yeah, we spoke about them being a 3-4-3 all week because that's what they've been. They rolled into a 3-5-2, then they change at 60-65, go to a 4-2-3-1 when they're chasing a game. Yeah, we said about trying to take them back, and I thought that you see from the kick-off, watch the kick-off back, they drop back in, they don't even pressure the ball on the first 5 seconds of the game. So if that doesn't tell you where they're at as a team and we then can't take the ball by the horns, that's our problem. Because they weren't ready for us to go and play in their half. They were quite content to drop back in, put 10 behind the ball. Then no disrespect, when you're playing against a team that are wounded and you give them a lift, they go and buy it. They go and take that on board. And they got a big block, they put off the post. It went for them this afternoon in terms of that, and they thoroughly deserve to go and win a game of football with a bit of endeavour. But yeah, teams are getting the makeup of us. But that don't still mean we can't win a header, compete. We spoke about getting bodies in the box. We did that. Did we get enough quality at times? No. I thought Mendy got into some good areas, but he kept putting the ball over the bar. But yeah, for me, not good enough. Not good enough. And like I said, this isn't me passing the buck. This isn't the player's problem. This is my problem. But the beautiful thing is, horrible to say, there's not long left of the season. There's still 9 games, but it's in a 4.5-week period. So I'm really thankful for that. Also, another positive is, there's personnel in there that are playing for deals and they're playing themselves out of a deal. And no disrespect, I want us to progress. I don't want us to stay stagnant. And that's my job as the manager of the football club. That's my role, and I wipe my mouth and move on. I'm big enough and ugly enough to understand what it takes to be a National League manager. It's not easy, and for me today, it's just an extension of our poor form. And I say it quite wholeheartedly, I apologise to the fans, because at the minute we are not giving them anything to warrant coming to the ground or coming away from home. And no disrespect, early on in the season we got a good following, we had people in it because we was doing well. So I can't grumble when no one turns up at Meadow Park on Good Friday. I can't grumble if no one travels to Wildstone, because at the minute it's an entertainment business, and at the minute we're not entertaining.
Luke, we've been very rigid and stuck with our 3-5-2 formation. Has there been any thoughts in your mind of changing the 3-5-2 and changing into a 4 at the back, or changing personnel within that team?
Changing personnel, obviously, yeah. From the game against Woking, we made 3 changes against Dagenham. I felt it worked, but I felt it worked on many reasons, because we stuck to what our beliefs are, the effort attitude. So you can understand what that word starts with. That's been our stance from the get-go. We do what we do, and teams have got to adjust to that. I don't think we've done that today. I don't think we've done it against Woking. I can't say we didn't do it against Chesterfield. I can't say we didn't do it against Grimsby. I don't think we've done it against Barnet. Wrexham, I felt, were a far better side. Today, yeah, they had a grit, determination. And I like the 3-5-2. I don't think the shape's that much of an issue. Do we need to evolve in it? 100%. And that's something that I've got to look at. But I do feel that we can be better and more proactive, be aggressive on our outside centre halves, and that's one positive that we had early on in the season. People were quite comfortable to defend 1v1. Have we got a Femi Elisami in that position? No, but that's not been the case for a large period. But yeah, for me, the shape's not an issue. We do need to evolve slightly. Personnel did change from Woking to Dagenham when we got a reaction, but today I was content with the team going out there. I just felt that some of the performances were below par. I was looking at it with Lloydie. Could we change the shape, go to a back 4? roll some of the centre half into centre midfield and try and get Denon, Mendy and Kane on the pitch, but it didn't work out. And I said to the group on the 66th minute, I remember saying it to them, stay in the game, don't give an opportunity, because no disrespect, they're used to losing, as are we, but the pressure will be very much on them. And that wasn't the case, because with 10 to go, no matter what, the home team, there's going to be a little bit of fear on the fans, and it's going to be mirrored on the pitch, and we weren't allowed to do that because we conceded the goal in the 74th minute.
And what's the plan of action now? What happens over the next few days?
Watch the game back Monday, start to finish, address it. The problem is it's all well and good watching it. People have got to buy into what I'm saying. I want them to see what I'm seeing, because how I witnessed the first goal was, like I said, shambolic. How I witnessed the second goal was that we didn't pin centre of the park. We then didn't get aggressive on the seconds. We then didn't do the jobs down this channel just here. And then I saw 3 or 4 Aldershot bodies counter past the boys that were recovering, and we were laboured, very laboured, and that's not what we're about. So unfortunate for us, but again, we deserve everything we get. Nothing. And that's not being ruthless. We don't deserve anything at the minute. We haven't warranted a win. We haven't warranted getting a draw today. And that's where we're at. I'll wipe my mouth and move on, mate.